Grand Theft Auto 6 NPCs will be self-aware. Yes, that's right. Let me explain. In the end of October 2020, Rockstar Games applied to a patent a new technology called System and Method for Virtual Navigation in a gaming environment. This patent describes a new system that will allow NPCs to act intelligently and react to situations and hazards in real time. Remember, Red Dead Redemption 2 was released in 2018, so this has nothing to do with that, but instead a future game they are working on, which we now know to be the next installment of Grand Theft Auto series. Let me state a summary of what the patent says about the issue with current NPC technology, mainly referring to driving. Quote unquote, as an additional drawback, conventional systems relied almost entirely on local traffic avoidance for NPCs to avoid collisions. This involves each frame checking the local environment for any potential obstructions like vehicles, pedestrians and objects, building up a view of that obstruction from the local vehicle, creating a front-facing polygon, which is a list of points, lines the vehicle will need to avoid in order to not hit the obstruction, generating information about the road the vehicle is on so they can avoid going off-road into buildings, and finally generating and detecting the best steering angle to avoid all the obstructions. This is done every frame for each entity, and no knowledge of the previous frame is used. This can result in very late detection of potential issues and no high level knowledge of this road is blocked. Instead, the system only indicates that there's something in the way to be avoided. Vehicles cannot plan accordingly, for example if there's any type of road blockage. Okay, that's the summary. Now, this new system will allow the NPCs to react to situations in real time and plan new routes if their current one is blocked, as currently when NPCs drive on the road, they can sense a few cars around them to determine crashes or other things to drive around. This is known as dumb AI, as it has very few factors to take into account and requires a lot of computational resources. This is why vehicles despawn when far away, to free up the CPU. Rockstar's patent describes a system that primarily will change this and give NPCs more situational awareness. They will essentially have an objective of navigating from one location to another and be able to take into account other external factors. Coolest of all, NPCs will still exist when your game isn't rendering them in. Specific examples mentioned by Rockstar state they will be able to use weather conditions, traffic, and crashes to determine where to go. Some areas might be dangerous in the rain, so NPCs might avoid it, or if an area has too much traffic, they will avoid it. Possible destructible environmental areas could be reacted to as well, which ties into the possibility of high-skill destructible buildings that we discussed in my other GTA 6 videos. NPCs will also be able to take into account the number of lanes on a road and change their speed to perform certain maneuvers, as well as being aware if they are speeding or not to allow them to actually get into high-speed chases. In hindsight, we are getting very close to creating our own AI simulations. The overall large theme for this seems to be realism, as the patent mentions realistic reactions to various factors as being the main intent. For example, NPCs having their own different driving ability levels based on the driver and the car they're driving. This could mean if an NPC decided to try and drive a supercar, they may lose control of the car when driving at a fast speed, causing them to crash. Will we see GTA 6 NPCs as replicas of real life actions that people take? It is sure exciting to think about. Red Dead Redemption 2 already gave us an insight into how real they can make the virtual world feel, so no doubt Grand Theft Auto 6 will go far and beyond with realism. Let me know what you make of all this in the comments. Consider subscribing and check out my other GTA 6 content full of proof and evidence to back up what I find. Until next time, Spartans.